Hello, my lovies. Welcome back to my podcast where we spill the tea and tequila. My name is Milo, and I am the host of Milo Talks, available on Spotify, Google, Apple, and YouTube. I want to start off this episode by saying thank you to everyone who supported me in my first month of being back on YouTube and creating content again. It was definitely a trial and error type of month while I figured out how I wanted my setup to be and the type of content that I want to put out there, dealing with the technical details of lighting and sound. I finally purchased a microphone. I was debating on it for a while if it was actually necessary, if it would make a difference in the quality of my sound. So during that first month, I just put the content out there. I told myself that it did not have to be perfect, just put it out there and that we would learn as we went. We would not be able to learn just by imagining. I just wanted to put the content out there and get started. During that first month, we did rack up about 1,000 views. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who viewed, liked, and commented during that beginner testing stage. It is now June. So I want to say happy Pride to the LGBTQ plus community. It is the start of a great summer. It's definitely going to be a summer to remember. If I had a shot, we cheers to that because it'll be a memorable summer 2023. On this week's episode, I do not have a guest with me. I will have a guest with me next week. And overall, it'll just be a mix of some solo episodes and others with guests, depending on the topic that we're covering that week. On this week's episode, I want to talk about self-discipline with you guys, because I feel like it's something that we can all struggle with, yet it's something that we all need pretty much in all aspects of our life, whether you're a business owner or a student, if you're working out, if you're an artist, if you're into sports, or even if you just want to improve yourself. Self discipline plays a part into all of that. I struggled with self discipline for a while, and it wasn't until this past winter that I was able to improve on my self discipline. It took a lot. I completely isolated myself for most of the winter just to really get that self discipline part down, because I noticed that it did not matter how many goals I had, how many dreams, how much motivation. If I didn't have self discipline, I was not going to be able to achieve anything that I wanted. So I broke it down into threes. I'm a spiritual girly, so everything that I do, I break down into threes because the power of threes, I'll make a video on that for y'all. The power of threes and, just the power of numbers, because I really do believe in them. But back to the topic of self-discipline. I broke it down into threes, the 3 steps of what you need in order to be able to achieve your goal, achieve your dream, or whatever it is that you're currently working on. So, first step, inspiration. What is it that is your goal? Let's start off with the example of going to the gym. Your inspiration, your motivation, your dream, your goal. You want a certain type of body. Step one, done. I congratulate you because some people don't even make it that far as to creating a goal, Some people don't make it as far as aspiring for more. So I congratulate you. Good job. Step one, mark, check off your inspiration. Step two, initiation. What are you going to do in order to be able to achieve that first step? You want a specific type of body. What's the initiation? You need a workout routine. You need to get a membership to the gym, which is what most people do. Once you've done that, check it off. Great job. You took that first step. You made it as far as getting it out your head. It is no longer a dream. It is now a plan. Great job. Okay, well, what's next? You got a goal. You set up your Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, whatever gym y'all go to. I don't go to the gym, so. But you got your gym membership. Okay, second step, done. Third and most important step is discipline. If you don't have discipline, you can have a plan, you can have a goal, but without a routine and without you making a commitment to yourself, that's all it'll ever be. Just a plan, just a goal. You won't see any results because of lack of discipline. Going back to that gym example, you want a specific type of body, great, you got a membership, awesome. You need to go to the gym in order to be able to get that body. Just because you purchased a membership, you're not going to get that body. I wish it did work like that. Like so many people would save on BBLs, or they would save on time and effort, but it's not that easy. Just because you purchase the membership, you're not going to get that body you want. You have to create that discipline of going to the gym every day, every other day, whatever routine you set up for yourself. You have to keep up with it in order to be able to see results. I'll give y'all another example of my big three. If you're starting a business, let's say, you can have a product that is your inspiration. You can have a business plan that is your initiation. You create a name for your business, you get a logo. What's that? Parentheses. I am a graphic designer. So if anybody needs a logo or any marketing material, feel free to hit me up. I'll leave the link to my Instagram so y'all can check out my work in the description. But anyway, back to my example. You have a product, you have your logo, you have the name of your business. That's the initiation. Great. Discipline. What comes next? You need to execute your plan. You need to market it. You need to, if it's a product, you need to constantly create that product. You need to constantly promote it and make people aware of your product or your service in order for your business to flourish. It's not that people don't want to support you when it comes to this business example, but it can sometimes be that some people they genuinely don't know about your business because you're not promoting it enough. So how can they support you if they aren't aware of what you're selling? And they can't be aware if you're not marketing. It takes discipline. You can't just put it out there one day and hope that everybody saw it. No, maybe, half of your audience was on social media that day, the other half was busy. You got to try again next day because maybe the other half will be on social media that wasn't on the day before. The more you promote it, the more people will know about it, the more people will connect you and that business, that product, that service together. When they think, oh, a cake, they'll think of this specific business. They'll already have you in mind because you have promoted it so much that people have made that connection. But that takes discipline. You can't just create a product, create a name for your business, and then call it a day and then hope that customers are going to find you some way, somehow, without you putting in any effort. And creating and maintaining discipline can be hard, especially as we get older. I feel like that fear of consequences can get smaller. For example, when we were younger, we had to have a certain level of discipline to go to school and get good grades because in most cases your parents were going to be yelling at you, your teachers were going to be down your throat. In some extreme cases, the government might have even been at your door wondering why you weren't at school. So we had to have a certain level of discipline to at least go to school, right? Because there was somebody else holding you accountable. Or if you played sports, if you didn't attend practice on a daily basis, your coach was going to be down your throat, asking you where you were, telling you you weren't going to be able to play in the next game or whatever the case may be. But my point is that when we were younger, more than likely there was somebody holding you accountable. As we get older, we have to be the ones to hold ourselves accountable because those consequences are affecting you directly. Going back to the gym example, if you miss a day of working out, 2 days in a row, 3 days, even a week, nobody's going to yell at you. The gym membership isn't going to email you, hey, we haven't seen you in a week. Just wanted to check up on you. They don't care. They're getting paid either way. You paid for your membership in advance. Whether you go or not, they already got paid. It's not affecting them. They could care less. It's affecting you. If you don't go to the gym, you're not going to have that body as soon as you could. You're not going to achieve your goal as fast as you could. There's no one going to be holding yourself accountable but yourself. Those consequences are affecting you directly, just like those benefits are going to affect you directly. You're going to get that body shape in no time. You're going to reach your goal in the time frame that you have set up. If you're a business owner, you don't have a boss. There's nobody yelling at you for not promoting your business. You don't have to clock in. You're on your own time. And that means that if you don't promote your business, you're not going to get a new customer. People aren't going to be aware of your product or your service. That also means if you are taking yourself as serious as you would a 9 to 5, you will see results just as big or even bigger than those employers see. Which leads me to my next big three when it comes to discipline: accountability, self respect, and routine. I'll give y'all myself as an example. I've been in a lot of business administration and management roles. And so I would ask myself, how is it possible that you're able to run these other businesses so well, yet you're not able to do the same for yourself? Clearly, you have the skills and the knowledge that's required. What's missing? What was missing was that sense of accountability. At my job, if I don't do something, there's a consequence. I had to learn to get in that mindset of holding myself accountable and having enough respect for myself and my business to put in the same amount of effort and dedication. At my job, whether I feel sad, sick, or whatever is going on, I have to go in no matter what. I have to do this certain amount of tasks to be able to run that business smoothly. I should have that same amount of discipline when it comes to my business, whether I'm motivated, whether I'm tired, whether I don't feel good. I should have that same amount of self respect to put in that same amount of effort and dedication into my business because it's benefiting me directly. Slowly, I started to build a routine similar to the one that I have at work because I saw that the routine that I have at work was working for that business. So, for example, at my job, I get to work, I check my email, I put everything on a calendar and I plan my day out. I make a color coded list of everything that I have to do. So the overall topic or the name of the client is in black. And then the details of what I have to do for that client or that topic is in pink. And then I make a dash to the left of their name or the topic and leave it blank. Once I complete it, I check it off in pink. If there is any important details about that client or about that topic, that task, then I write it in red underneath. And that just helps me be able to quickly see what I have and haven't done. When I'm looking at my list, it helps me not feel overwhelmed by the amount of tasks that I have because and this might just be a me thing, but it could help somebody else. But if I write everything in black, then I'll feel overwhelmed because now it's a whole bunch of letters and I feel like I have endless amount of tasks to do, and so I don't know where to start. It's unclear to me what I have and haven't done or what I need to do because now I have to actually read, and like I am a little lazy sometimes. I just don't feel like reading. But by color coding, then it's a lot easier for me to be able to see the name, the task, the details of it. And it's really obvious if I have or haven't done it, because if there's no pink check mark, then that's obvious that I haven't done it. I don't really have to read much into it. I've tried color coding with a lot more colors before, like putting each topic in a different color and every little note in a different color, and that was also overwhelming for me because now there's a lot of colors. It's not as easy for my brain to register the importance of something or the the level of completion that I've done for the task or not. So just sticking to two colors and on my list that has helped. So I started to build discipline towards my business by treating it as an extension as my job. So just like how at my job, I'm not trying to do a million other things while I'm at work, same thing applied for my business. At my job, I dedicate a certain amount of time to them where I give them my undivided attention. I'm not trying to do laundry. I'm not trying to cook. I'm not trying to clean while I do work. No, I give them my undivided attention. I did the same for my business. Now, I had to be realistic with myself. I was in a different type of mindset at this point. This was about a year back. So, the routine I started off with was by dedicating 3 hours twice a week to my business. So, every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 9, I just worked on my business. And I had to be realistic with myself because anything more than that, I would feel overwhelmed. Once I got the hang of that, twice a week, 3 hours a week, then I started to add more days and more tasks. Then I started to work on more projects and so on and so forth. I also had to be realistic with myself and be honest with myself. Mondays, for me personally, Mondays, I'm not doing any work. I go to work and that's it. Monday is that day that I tell myself, you know what? Your one and only goal for today is to make it through the day. That is it. That is all. Mondays are just, they're tough for me. They are. I am drained. I have to deal with all the stuff that I didn't do over the weekend. There's new clients coming in from over the weekend. Mondays are a lot. So Mondays, I'm not doing any work for myself, for my business. I'm also young. So while, yes, I want to be dedicated, I want to be disciplined, I want to be determined, and all of the above, this and the third, I'm also young. And being honest with myself, I want to go out. So Fridays and Saturdays, I don't schedule myself anything business related. I want to go out. I want to have a drink. I want to celebrate. I deserve to enjoy myself after putting in the amount of effort that I did all week long. Now, for some reason, if I go out another day within the week, then I switch it out. That's where the discipline comes in. Like, let's say, I don't know, I go out for happy hour on a Wednesday. And so I didn't do what I was supposed to do on that Wednesday. Then I switch it out for that Friday. Then I do, but the same amount of work is still getting done. That's where the discipline comes in. So you just have to be honest with yourself and what you're able to do, what your goal is, what is a realistic routine for yourself, and just stick to it. Hold yourself accountable. You're also not always going to have the motivation and the high energy that you wish you had. I'm not going to come on here and tell you that you should always be determined and that you should always be positive, because that's just not realistic. Like I said, you have to be honest with yourself. We all have bad days, and some days you're just not going to have the motivation, the higher energy. But that is where self discipline comes in. And even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't want to, you should still do so because you know it's what you're supposed to do, what benefits you. Make a commitment to yourself, set a boundary with yourself, and just remember that people will respect you as much as you respect yourself. So if you're able to make a commitment to yourself to reach your goals, then other people have no option but to respect you as well. That goes for everything in life, anything that requires discipline. Even if it's like, I'll give y'all another example, like non business related. Like, let's say that you're trying to stop, you're trying to leave someone alone. It takes discipline to not respond to this person. It takes discipline to get out of a routine of continuously talking to them. But that also goes back to self respect. Have enough self respect that even if you want to, you don't respond to them because you know that they're no good for you. And therefore, that person will have no option but to respect your boundary. That boundary takes discipline to be able to set. I don't know. I'm just talking. I hope y'all know what I mean, though. But thank you so much for listening. Hope y'all have a great week. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I will have a guest with me and just, work on creating that discipline. I know it's hard. Take it day by day. Start by setting one goal for yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself. Be realistic with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And yeah, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at yes.mommy, 2 S's and yes for my personal, at Milo Talks for the podcast Instagram. All my links will be in the description down below. My personal, my podcast, and my graphic designs Instagram. Mwah.